Section 3.3 was graphing systems of linear inequalities. So again, system meaning that you have two or more. They are lines. Linear is a line, and an inequality are the ones where we need to do the shading. So here are my three inequalities. The first one is a horizontal line that crosses the y-axis at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. Remember not to go too crazy with your shading because it'll just end up looking like a big colorful mess. Y is less than that, numbers less than 7 would be below it. So I'm just gonna lightly shade down below as a visual reminder for myself. For the second one, normally I like to graph using the intercepts, but if I put 0 in for y, then I get a fraction for x, which is okay. But this one's going to be pretty easy to solve for y to get into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. You get negative y is less than or equal to, so that it's in slope-intercept form, put your x first. Negative 2x plus 3. And then I can't have a negative y, so I have to divide or multiply everything by a negative 1. I'm going to write it down here. So negative y divided by negative 1 is positive. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you need to flip the inequality. So now it's greater than or equal to. Negative divided by negative is positive 2x minus 3. So this one has a y-intercept of negative 3. And the slope is positive 2. Since we want it as a fraction, so we can do rise over run, we can put a 1 under it. So we're going to rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. I should remind you that, remember to look at your signs to see if it's a solid or a dashed line. All of these are solid because they all have the or equal to under them. So there is my second line now. I'm going to use a test point of 0, 0. If I put 0, 0 in, I get 0 is greater than or equal to 0 minus 3. That is true. That means that 0, 0 is a solution. So right here is a solution, and since it's to the left of the line, then that means that all solutions are to the left of this line. So pay attention to where we were before. Before we were everything under this line y equals 7. I still have to fit that. And now I'm also to the left of this line. So now I have that kind of triangle side that's still open on this side. And I still have one left to go. This bottom one I am going to graph using intercepts. So if I put 0 in for y, x equals negative 6. The x-intercept is negative 6. If I put 0 in for x, 2y equals negative 6. So by dividing by 2, you get y equals negative 3. That's right here where the other one was. That also is a solid line, has the or equal to. And if I test 0, 0 again, I get 0 plus 0 is greater than or equal to negative 6. That is true, and that's right here above the red line, so that means that my shading is going to be above that red line. I already had it in this shape right here, so now above the red line in that shape, now we're going to do some darker shading. And it ends up in this area right here, which if I had a bigger graph would continue and make a triangle.